Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike with Fowler Family Farm. Today is Wednesday, May 31st. Not on our farm, but I am on a farm. Let me turn you around and show you. That's right, the Walker Farm Fam. So we're setting up for the Okie Homesteading event on Wednesday, which is held here at the Walker Farm Fam. It'll be the pig butchering or hog butchering class portion of that. I'll shoot a little bit of video here today, show you guys kind of behind the scenes stuff, hopefully. So here is the Walker death layers. I definitely want some of these chickens for sure. That rooster's like, hey, stay away from my girls. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. So I talked to Gary. He said they've had 2 eggs now, somewhere in there. I like the little trampoline chicken tractor. That's pretty cool. You scared the girl next to you. You scared her. So if y'all remember, we went to an auction not too long ago, and I tried to buy some death layers and some other chickens, and they went sky high. I tried to buy some death layer little baby chicks. I think they went for like right around $40 a chick. I tried to buy some other chickens that went over $100. I was like, I'm out. I was out at like $15. Too expensive. But these death layers are, if y'all aren't familiar with these, they will lay eggs until the day they die. Once they start, they lay eggs non-stop until the day they die. Like most hens will lay eggs and then stop over time, and then they live for another 2 or 3 years without laying eggs. Not these. These death layers here will lay eggs and continuously. The Walkers definitely have a beautiful place out here. Really, really beautiful out here. So what I've been doing this morning is helping with parking, just making sure people park in the right area. It's not a very hard job, but it keeps people where they're supposed to be, kind of off the part of the property they don't need them on, and in a certain spot. So that's what I'm doing. Should have about 5 or 6 more people show up. All right, we're getting ready to start the pig butchering. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna learn a lot today. Gonna learn a lot.
Swine man.
Just whittling a stick, huh?
Yeah. The pig stick.
Looks like you have the best seat in the house. Oh, wait a minute. It's the only seat in the house.
Toast the pig with a shot of bourbon, which we invite you guys to participate in with us, but you are in no way obligated to start slugging bourbon at 9:20 in the morning, but you're invited to just the same. Every part of that animal is going to be food. So the butchering of it, even though a lot of people come to these classes or workshops to learn how to butcher it or butcher it well, none of that is near as important as it dying well. And also, a lot of people don't know how to do this anymore or do it well. So it's outsourced. And I promise you, even if you have a conscientious slaughterhouse or butcher shop, it's not going to be done as thoughtful or as considerate as you would at home. So we're going to try to teach you how we do it and why. And as I said, that actually starts with a poem and some bourbon. Let this day begin again, the change of hogs into people, not the other way around. For today, we celebrate again our lives wedding with the world. For by our hunger, by this provisioning, we renew the bond. It keeps it from being open, and then also the rope allows you to swing depending on the size of the hog. You're not limited by the gambrel width.
Okay.
So you're just eliminating another hole that could get
Also,
contaminated.
that's right.
Right, gotcha.
So I'll probably need a hand pulling here, but we also need 1 or 2 people keeping the pig out.
Okay, y'all. So what we're doing now is cutting halfway through the hog, cutting the hog in two pieces, 2 sides. Very, very interesting. This is a lot of knowledge right here. Hand-hewn farm, very, very knowledgeable people. I probably need to attend one of these classes without video and content, just videoing for knowledge. Tanya's taking notes.
like the only thing I've really ever butchered is squirrels
And chickens.
and chickens.
Yeah.
And it's really a lot the same.
It is. It's
But there's
similar.
just different landmarks.
Yeah.
So
They want you to be very precise when you cut down
the spine.
the spine.
The middle of the spine. Stay in the middle of the spine.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
Don't try not to cut on one side or the other. Cut right down the middle of the
That way
spine.
both sides look
If you
exactly
can be
the same.
if you can be perfect there, makes the rest of the job later simple. Way better. So we're turning the intestines inside out.
Yep.
Using a water hose.
These things get slippery.
That is pretty neat.
There's a slightly more elegant way to do it. If I had like a pitcher, you can put all the casings in a pitcher and kind of pour them out.
Oh yeah.
So I'm using my hand to do that work right now. You could definitely smoke them. What we usually do after they're poached is we slice them and then fry them in a skillet.
Now that was sitting in cold water.
Like that, but anyway,
Yeah,
they,
it's been rinsed out a couple
he called and
times.
said,
Ice
that's
water
coming
or
through.
No, just cold.
You might as
He wasn't
well
American.
come back
You
down.
can see it's actually a pouch.
I think it was him and his brother.
See it?
Nine kids, and mom and dad.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
They parked in our yard for about 2
On
weeks,
purpose when you got down?
and now they're in
Do
Belize.
what on purpose?
Like make it
Moving on to Belize.
No, this is the way it's formed. Yeah.
Okay, y'all, we're on day 2. We are at the Mays County Fairgrounds. Today's events are the fermenting with Stacy, Doug and Stacy. I gotta move out of the way, there's a truck coming in. Okay, and then also Leon is doing the tub wicking, gardening tub wicking. And then Alderman is doing the canning. And then Handhu Farm is doing the pig curing. So that's what today's events are. It's Thursday, June 1st. We finished up with the pig yesterday, so they're continuing with the pig today as well. That's part of the class today as well. So I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of video. It's pretty cool, so check it out.
The crops are not going to bring the yield, and they're going to need money. And then they're going to say, sorry, we can't give you the money, and then they're going to have to lose the farm. And then the big corporation is going to buy the farm, and then on and on and on it's going to go.
It happened to my grandpa.
It's going to
in the
happen.
40s.
It's happening right now in our faces, man. You know,
happening
South
again.
Africa and all these other places are marching in the streets saying, shove it, and we're like, that's what the Amish is. Everybody got a salt?
Anybody not get one?
A salt.
About 45 miles right on the Illinois-Wisconsin border, right against Lake Michigan. And I was born and raised there, 65 years. And I'm a little more like Doug, and Chris is a little more like Stacy.
Okay.
Okay? And the things that you were saying about the videos you've been putting up recently have kind of sped up my thought process.
When you say hair dryer, you mean heat gun?
Beg your pardon?
When you say a hair dryer, you mean heat gun?
I said, I use
Regular hair dryer will burn it?
Hair dryer will do it just quick.
Really? Okay.
You have to be careful with a heat gun. You'll have one this big around before you know it.
Yeah, that's
That's the only thing. So that's the way we do it without the pipe. But I still teach you to put it in there if anybody's going to get water every morning. Okay, this one actually, you put one row of tub here, 2 rows of tubs in the middle, and one over there is the best way to grow in this house.
And it's always, I mean, it's not, you don't want to rush and burn yourself or anything like that. But it's always good to work as quickly as you can safely, because you want to keep everything good and hot, everything, you know.
And if you're just looking at it in English, you're not going to find that whole other world of stuff.
And those other cultures have a much longer history of butchering pigs. You know, a lot of American stuff is sort of an amalgamation of like European styles, but now it mainly suits like commercial industry preparations, which is what people are used to getting at the grocery store. When you have a pig in front of you, you're not bound by any of those rules. You can do whatever you want. And so once you learn some of these things and how to cook and prepare it and cure it, you get to make your rules, and you can make up your own names for these things if you want to, which is kind of fun. Old sows are the best. But you don't have to use old sows for that process.
Right. It just makes flavor better.
Yeah. Yeah, the older the animal, the more intense the flavor. That's why a lot of people don't like mutton, because it's just more sheepy, you know?
Yeah, my mother.
Yeah, my grandfather growing up.
Yes, she grew up eating it. And then we had lamb, and she's like, I don't want to eat it. And we said, just try it. She's like, this is not what I grew up eating.
Well, yeah, and my grandfather was like that.
So I'm gonna give y'all a quick look around at what this looks like today, because tomorrow it will not look like this. It is a little windy today, so bear with me with the wind. It's like 20 mile an hour sustained winds plus gusts. But you can see that this parking lot's empty right now, but this will all be cram-packed with events and things to do. The building right now is empty other than just, you know, the classes that are going on. Oh, by the way, so if you'll look way down there, that's Brandon and Eddie Family Farm, Kevin from Hidden Heights, and Sean from Keeping It Dutch. There's Gary from Walker Farm Fam, Rachel, and Brandy's around here somewhere. There's Stephanie. Hey. So for instance, I showed you a little bit of video earlier. This is Leon. Oh, sorry. We'll go this way and I'll show you Stacy, her fermenting class. And Tanya's in there with her right now, helping her out if she needs help. Then this is the canning class. And last, the hog curing class. So one thing I like about this expo is it's very hands-on. For instance, I'm going to show you some video right now. This is Leon, and he takes his class outside into a high tunnel that was set up today. I watched him set that high tunnel up this morning. And he talks about exactly how you should lay out your high tunnel and things like that. It's just incredible how involved you can get at this expo. It's very hands-on. Stacy, with Doug and Stacy, with her fermenting class today, it's hands-on. You have to bring some product, and she shows you exactly how to do it, and you're doing it as she's saying it, as she's showing it, and you have finished product when you're finished here. The canning, exact same way. You are going to be canning in there, and you're watching her do it. As she's doing it, you're learning. It's hands-on. It's pretty cool. All right, so hopefully y'all got some value out of this video. It's the first 2 days of the expo. The pig butchering and then the pig curing is the second day. And then along with that, on the second day, you have 3 other guests here teaching you something. And they're all-day classes. It started at 9 o'clock and they end at 4 o'clock. So those classes were all day long. It wasn't just, 20 minutes worth of a class. It was several hours. So you get a lunch break. You do get a lunch break in there, but it's well worth the money. I think you guys would have a lot of value if you did decide to come next year. But I am going to wrap this video up. It's probably getting fairly longish. I don't want to get it too long. I'll plan on doing the same thing with day 3 and 4, which are similar days. Those 2 days are similar to each other. They're not similar to these 2 days, but they are similar to each other. It's open to the public. You can come and go as you want. It's all-day thing. I think you guys will like that video too. It'll be out next. We'll see y'all on the next one. Remember, do the good.
Fowler Family Farm. Come along and ride with us through this life's journey we go through. at the fair.